Everybody, it's Kate. Today I'm talking about another movie. So, the movie I watched, it's called Octogames, and it's like a Squid Game, Mr. Beast type movie. Like, the main character is a YouTuber, and he's like, I'm gonna give whichever person who wins 150 million subscribers. That is pretty much the premise. So, it's like if Mr. Beast had like a homicidal alter ego to him. The games are really boring because this guy has like 150 million subscriber and he wants to be done with the internet, so he's like the person who wins the game, person who wins gets all my subscribers. So the first game they play, so it's all these contestants, they go into this room, they think that it's genuinely just whoever wins gets 150 million subscribers, and it's like a bunch of like small-time influencers, there are musicians, there's a person who wants a cooking show, there are entrepreneurs. So our main character, her name is Carrie. She's a singer-songwriter, and she announces herself that way like 5 times. They're like, so what do you do? She's like, I'm Carrie, I'm a singer-songwriter. And then someone else is like, hey, I'm Walt, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm Carrie, I'm a singer-songwriter. Like, it's funny because it's like, I feel like you would just introduce yourself as like, oh, I'm a singer. But she's like, nah, I write my songs too. It was just like a funny little tidbit where it's like she doesn't have to announce that she's a singer-songwriter. She could be like, oh, I'm a musician. Oh, I'm a singer. But she like has both. I don't know. I just thought it was like a funny, like, because like no one would say that. So it was just like, it was just slightly awkward, and I found it very funny. So then we also meet the Mr. Beast guy, who's not actually Mr. Beast, but just the guy, the announcer. His name is Jax Pro. He is a super famous YouTuber, and he is running the games. First game is Simon Says. The Vanguard obviously plays Simon Says with them, and the first person who fails gets fucked. The warehouse that they're in, it looks like a waiting room, but it's just where they're working, and there's like a bird's nest, sort of. And there's just a sniper. They are so close. Like, it's not like a giant building where he's like super far up and you can't see him. You can directly see him. He's like half a story above you. Do we really need a sniper for this part? And then there's this guy in like a fox type costume, like one of those like Disney park employees wear and stuff. He's the guy who's like, oh, you lost the game, so I'm gonna kill you. They tried to make this really scary, but the costumes are very low budget, to put it lightly. The guys who are in like the masks and stuff, it's just a red drawstring hoodie with like one of those like airsoft paintball masks, whatever. Every time I saw it, I was like, this is stupid. So when the first person gets eliminated from the games, the fox takes a hammer, kills him. So then everyone's freaking out. Like, everyone's like, oh my gosh. But then a few of the contestants tried to run away because they're like, this is insane. They get sniped. And the way shots look in this movie, like gunshots, it's so funny because their shirt just like rips a little bit and it's like a ripple. It almost looks like a tiny xenomorph is escaping. And it like looks like it's in slow motion, but it's like not in slow motion. And like, I'm not a gunshot pattern analysis expert, but I have a feeling this is not what it looks like. So then the second game is hopscotch, and it's like a mix between red light, green light, and the glass breaking one. So they have to do the hopscotch, but whenever the light turns green, you go. Whenever the light turns red, you have to stop, and if you don't stop when the light is red, you'll get killed. And this one guy, his name is Squish. He is the villain of the story. I don't care what anyone says. I don't even care about Jax Pro. This guy is the villain. So clearly the villain. He whistles he does like a certain whistle whenever it's green and tricks someone into going because he whistles when it's still red. Yes! Yes! This is the second game. They have barely had any time to comprehend that people are getting murdered, and he's like, I want that 150 million subscribers. I don't care if anyone dies. You're a psycho. You are crazy. You're insane. So like, and between each game, they go to like a waiting room, which is like a small white room with a few sleeping bags on the floor. So like, you kind of get to know each character a little bit more. I'm not going to talk about it because it's genuinely not that interesting. No offense, but the character development is very minimal. It's mainly just being like, we got to stick together, and then a few of the people are together and a few other people are together. But then the next one is a bouncy castle, and if you finish it in under a minute, you get to escape, and you are completely done with the games, and you get to go home. But the Foxman is in there ready to kill you. So one of the girls goes in before she sees the Foxman. It's like a bouncy castle parkour course, pretty much. And she's like running through obstacles and he's like right there. And I was like, no! Girl, this is so scary. Like, it's so evil. It is so evil. And I know it's supposed to be, but... And also the settings, it's not even in a building. So it's like, You could maybe sneak away. There are like 2 guards, 3 guards maybe. If you knock them out, you can just go. Squish, being the total asshole, mean man he is, he's like, if you guys try to knock out the guards, I'm gonna kill every last one of you. Because he wants the 150 million subscribers. This man is evil. This man is so evil. He's like personified. He's the devil. Literally, I was like, you are so evil. Like, your soul is rotten to the core. So game 4 is musical chairs. After each person is eliminated, they're taken out. No one dies in this round, but Squish tries to kill one of the women because they're the last 2 ones. And this girl, her name is Ruth. She's a little bit of an older lady. Very strange. I hate this woman. Not because she's strange. She's a little older. She wants a cooking show. And she's insane. Like, genuinely, I'll talk about the acting at the end, but oh gosh. She thinks that she's like the belle of the ball. Like, she's like, yeah, everyone loves me and wants me. It's like, girl, please. Sit down. Sit down.
You're a strong young man, and that helps me in the games. And I'm a woman, and I might be able to help you in a different way. Hey, handsome, I have a question. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Go away.
But she gets really injured because Squish attacks her to get the last chair. She is sent off to medical, so they think she's dead, but she's not. She actually goes to Jack Crow's house and becomes a guard and kind of falls in love with him. And that's what I mean, but she could be like his mother. This is sickening. That's so mean. Ruth is out of the picture. She wasn't even in the picture to begin with, but she's out of it now. For the next game is hide and seek. So they go into like a random house and they do like a hiding thing. Maxine carries her closest accomplice, her closest friend in the game, dies because she was hiding in a closet with Walt, and then Squish, his hiding place is really bad. He's just hiding behind a couch. So whenever the fox is distracted because the fox is searching around the house, he runs into the closet. And then when the fox comes into the room that they're in, they push Maxine out and the fox catches her and she's the one who's out. They push Maxine out. Maxine dies, but the fox is so evil that he tosses the knife and strangles her. He leaves the knife like just out in the open so like anyone could take it and just like stab him in the back. I wish they did. Maxine is dead. No, and the game is over. We don't really care about Maxine, but it's sad. And I think also if you're in this, you're just like trauma bonded with the people you're with. So no matter if it's been like a couple days or like a couple months, you feel really connected with these people because it's like you've all been through this traumatic event. The next game is Tetherball. The people we have left are Carrie, AJ, who is another friend of hers, Squish, and Walt. Squish. Was it saying squish? It's Squish. And the tetherball has like I thought it looks like an underground mine that was used like during the World Wars for submarines. And in Finding Nemo. It's supposed to just kind of be like a mace. So their hands get all cut up when they play. So it's like the 2 teams and then the 2 teams and then the losers play against each other and the one who loses gets out. AJ and Walt play together. AJ wins. Yay! And both of their hands are like cut up because it's like spiky. It's a spiky ball. Whenever Squish and Carrie play together, Carrie doesn't even touch it. She's just like, whatever. Squish wins because she didn't want her hand to get cut up whenever she plays against Walt. Genius moves. Making genius moves, queen. Carrie beats against Walt, so Walt is out. He gets killed, and then right whenever he's about to die, he pulls off the fox's mask and shows it's like this like kid. Okay, not kid. Late teen, early 20. And he looks insane. He's like grinning ear to ear and he's like blood. Oh my gosh. Okay, like so it wasn't like scary, but it was probably the most like part of the movie where it's like they could have made this a lot scarier if they kept this aspect in, but at the same time it felt like it was trying way too hard because he was like ha and there was like blood trickling. The kid who plays him looks like he like owns like 10 pocket protectors. No offense. It is AJ, Carrie, and Squish, and it's Hangman. And they have these like little things on their face that will electrocute them if they get the wrong answer. Squish gets it first, so he gets out, and then it's just between Carrie and AJ, so we know one of them is getting out, which is really sad because they're the only likable characters left. But then AJ sacrifices himself, dies, so Carrie can live. So he literally doesn't say anything. If you guess a certain letter wrong, or if you don't answer in a time, you get out. And he just did not answer, so Carrie could go on. It's very sweet, very sad, but his acting was bad, so I did not really care. And then the little foxman goes to Jack Crow's house and is like, I'm a huge fan. I brought you like the tape for whatever we were recording or whatever. He's like, you ruined the illusion. You let an old boomer take off your head, like your helmet thing.
Wanted to.
Because you ruined the goddamn illusion during Tetherball!
Ruth, who is the bodyguard of Jax, fucking kills this guy. And kills his girlfriend. Kills Jack's girlfriend who was trying to poison him. I didn't mention that because it's not a really big deal, but she was like, she wanted the money, so she was gonna poison Jack so she could get the money. But before she could do that, Ruth shoots her and kills her. And Jack's just like, good job. And she's like, thank you. I really like you. Girl, you could be his mother. So then, the very last game, game number 8, is capture the flag. They just have to run and find a flag. They do that. Squish grabs it and is like, it's nothing personal. I thought this would give me the flag. And she's like, no.
You played well. Let it go. It's nothing personal.
But she finally lets go because she can't hold on to it anymore. She notices another flag. It's black and it's in the corner. She runs to it, grabs it, realizes that's the right flag because they tricked Squish, because Ruth is actually one of the guys in the red suits right now because she switched, because she was like, I hate Jack so much. He literally put me in a chokehold and nearly killed me during musical chairs, so I'm gonna get revenge. She wins the full game. She gets knocked out with a tranq gun after Squish is killed. She wakes up in Jack's home. It's hers now. And then she becomes a famous singer. And it's funny because she's like talking about how she got 200,000 views in 48 hours or something like that, which is a lot, don't get me wrong. But you just got 250 million subscribers and you only got 200,000 views. And that's literally the end of the movie. There's no conclusion. We find out that Ruth and Jax moved to an island together. And the acting of every single character made me want to blow my brains out. You know what? I'm not going to be too mean on the acting because this is a rip-off movie. I can't be mad at it for being what it is. But it was very fun. It was like very stupid and funny. And all the sets were super cheap. And it's funny because if you imagine this guy has 250 million subscribers and this is what his games look like, he's pocketing a lot of that money, but apparently not on his house, because if you look at his house, like, it's a nice house, like, this is a great house, but it feels like not super, it doesn't feel like it would be like a YouTuber's mansion. That is literally the end of the movie. There was really no conclusion other than her surviving. They didn't, like, beat the games or anything. Like, the bad people involved had no consequences. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't like, comment, and subscribe, you will be put into games where you're promised fame and fortune, but you get neither fame nor fortune. You don't win, so you die. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye!